Hey guys, it is your esoteric empress just trying to get this camera view properly. What's going on? Okay, hey guys, it is your esoteric empress. This is Goddess Serenity, Soul Invictus, and today I'm here talking about your goddess within. Unleashing that goddess, bringing out your natural, more feminine beauty, behaving more feminine like, more ladylike. And this is how it's going to help you to achieve with that which you wish to see. You wish to actually be treated more like a lady when you go out into the world. When you're in relationships, you want that partner of yours to see you for the woman that you are, for the feminine goddess that you are within, that queen, natural empress. You're giving off this vibe. And a lot of times we have such a difficult, what's the word I'm looking for? Difficulty in life. We have such difficulties that it causes us to kind of get this tougher skin on us. It kind of causes us to become more masculine, kind of act. We see men doing it every day. We call this equality. Females, we can do, like, I can do it too. Whatever it is they can do, I can as well. Of course you can, but at the same time, do you want to? At the same time, what is it going to benefit you by doing that? And right now, I'm actually in this process myself, and this is why I'm doing this video, because I believe that as I speak, it's reiterating the thoughts, it's reiterating these points in my own mind, and it's also going to help share and shed light on what we need to do as women, as females, to kind of get more feminine essence. We like, typically when I was growing up, I was very polite. I was very soft-spoken. I always smiled. It was like, my grandmother was definitely the epitome of a lady. My grandmother was you would not catch her, like when I dance and stuff like that, you won't catch her doing a vulgar move. You would not catch her speaking vulgar words or things like that. And when I would dance, sometimes she would say, "Oh, why are you doing that?" I'm like, that's the new dance. That's the way you do it. And she's like, "But close your legs." Women, females, ladies don't dance like that. And so that was where I got that from. And that's where my mother got it from. And a lot of us in the family now, my aunt and stuff like that, we had more, like I said, more or less difficult time moving throughout life. We had to be more independent. We had to become more self-sufficient. We had to be more hands-on, like do things manually. And so a lot of that, I think, contributed to us acting and behaving a little bit more tough, a little more rugged. And today, I'm here to kind of fix that. I'm here to let us open our minds to this concept, to this idea that you can return from that which you came. You can be again that sweet, soft-spoken. And it's sometimes not to say that you're weak. It's not about being weak. It's not about weakness at all. It is totally about mind power. It is totally about operating from the law of mentalism. This channel is called As Above, So Below, the great known axiom of Hermes Trismegistus. Okay, so everything that is like an above is as it is below, and vice versa. Everything that is below, there is likening to above. So we can return, we can alchemize, use mental alchemy to return to that state. We're using the law of gender, we're using the law of vibration, we're using all of these things that in the metaphysical terms that relate to the physical. So today we're talking about acting and behaving and becoming more feminine. This is your feminine guide, okay? And this is something now, even though it's still February, I have done like about 10 or 12, I think, but maybe 10 videos in the Bossing Up series. That series that was dedicated to females in particular, getting a better grip on life, on their lives, alchemizing and changing and transforming into that person that you wish to become, that you yearn to become, transforming your relationships into that better state, that better harmonious kind of connection with a partner. This Bossing Up series was about taking back your power. It's about actually using your mind to remember who you are, to learn more and create who you are. So today, like I said, this is just going to be like an extension from that, but I'm not sure if I'm going to put it into that playlist. But whoever's going to be watching this, whoever is watching this, I want to say thank you, and blessed be, because you are in for a great journey, and I'm excited to just be the voyager of this journey. All right, so let's get started. I have some stuff written down, and it's in no particular order. I'm just gonna go based on, how I feel in order of importance. So the first thing I'm going to talk about in this is about dressing more ladylike. This is seriously important. This is number one on the list, because a lot of us believe that when we see styles and fashion trends and stuff like that come out, we believe, oh yes, I gotta have it. Like, I got to have it. Like the commercial, like, I saw that and I'm like, I got to have it. Like, yes, of course. However, you have to remember, some things are not one size or one look suits all. Okay, some things are for certain body types. Some things you have to learn your body. You have to learn who you are, what you like, what looks best on you, and also try to avoid things that make you look more masculine. Try to avoid, the sweatpants, the joggers. If you are maybe 20, maybe like 17, 18 years old, you can get away with some joggers and like maybe what are those little sneakers that they just came out with, or some Vans or whatever. You could get away with that. But when you are like, say, 30 something and you're not going to the gym, or you're not going to like take the child to like ball practice or something, then you have to look like a lady. That's the point. Okay, try to avoid looking like a party animal. Try to avoid looking like a club hopper. Try to avoid things that like I said, stick to the trends that are trends. They fade away and they're not for everybody. So know what's for you. Try to find classic styles, things that are ageless, timeless pieces, like good fabrics, good quality clothes that are gonna last long if you take care of them well. Things like this is a silk shirt, like things basically that look like a lady. And you don't have to go around looking like a librarian or like or like a PTA mom or something. You can still have fun with it. The point is to have fun. You express yourself with color, express yourself with patterns, express yourself, with the actual like layering of clothing. If you used to watch, what was that show with Clinton Kelly and what's her name? Oh my gosh. What is I should have looked this up before I did, but I didn't. But somebody, you just tell me, and I'm trying to let me get back to my channel so I can see if comments are enabled. I don't know if I enabled comments, but What Not to Wear. That's the name of the show, What Not to Wear. And these people were experts at showing you how to dress for your age, how to dress for your body type, how to dress for your personality, and how to dress to kind of receive that interaction that you would like to receive, instead of being seen as something different than you are. Try to avoid all the flashy neon colors and stuff like that. You don't want to look cheap. You want to keep it classy. You want to look sophisticated. You want to look like, a woman who knows where she's going, who knows, that she can go anywhere and feel comfortable. She's not overdressed. She's not underdressed. Okay? That is tip number one. And definitely wear what fits. Please. Like, some people, this is the problem I see with a lot of ladies, and especially where I live, the ladies wear almost everything. A lot of the times, well, definitely in certain areas this is more predominant than in others, but when you see a woman with an outfit that's like 2 or 3 sizes smaller than her, who is she trying to fool? You know what I mean? Like, who is she fooling? Really? We can see if your belt is causing you to suffocate. It's not the right hole. Like, loosen it up a little bit. You know what I mean? So this is very important for us to remember. And your hair, all of these things go hand in hand with your look. Okay, your hairstyles. This is a next biggie, because guys don't want a peacock. Like, they don't want you to come at them like, whoa. Don't do it. Like, refrain from doing that stuff, because it makes you look sleazy, it makes you look cheap, it makes you look tacky, it makes you look ghetto. Okay, so stick to lighter colors as well. You don't want to look morbid, like you know, you may be a witch, you may be a practitioner of magic, you know, an alchemist or whatever, but you don't have to look like it. You don't have to look like Nancy from The Graft, okay? Guys are gonna be afraid of you. Remember all of these things. Now, you could get away with whatever you want, you know, that's the greatest thing about free will. However, there are consequences to free will. There's cause and effect. So there's gonna be an effect to whatever that is, that choice that you make. Keep that in mind. All right? That's number one. Number two, second tip, is accessorizing. That is the next one. This is another biggie for a lot of females, sadly, because like, you want to keep that simple as well. You don't want to overdo the accessories. You want good quality jewelry, things like that. If you want to throw on a nice scarf, you know, that is like multicolored, you can do that. But you don't need the scarf. You don't need a scarf, a drop earring, you know, banglets all the way down your arm, 4 rings. Relax. You're not Mr. T. Relax. So don't overdo it with that, and don't go overly cheap. This little silly thing, this right here is my daughter's. I thought it would be perfect for this video. However, my crystal jewelry, this one right here, is definitely the kinds of things I love to wear. I wear other things. I have all the Pandora and all that kind of stuff, but my jewelry, my stones that I'm connected to, are my favorite pieces to wear, because not only do they give off that wonderful energy of the heart chakra that I'm trying to receive, but it's also a subtle, different, more unique approach to accessorizing. You want to wear basic, simple stuff, like I said, that could suit a lot of things that, you know, you don't want it to look like a costume. Even if you wear costume jewelry, it doesn't have to look like a costume, you know what I mean? You want it to just blend effectively. The next tip that I have, I don't need to spend too long with the accessories, because like we know with the accessories and stuff, that can go right down into your having your nails done, all these kinds of stuff, the nail color, all of these things go hand in hand. The next thing that I have here on this list is makeup, cosmetics, okay? This could be a lifesaver, this could be tragedy. Okay, this is according to how you approach it. Remember, you want to play up your natural beauty. That's what makeup is all about. Makeup is about enhancement. Okay, makeup is about not creating a whole new face, but playing up on those areas of your face that stand out. Okay, sometimes the things that you dislike most about your face are the things that other people see and love most. Like when I was younger, I hated my nose. I hated my nose. And like, I remember when they first started doing this contouring and stuff like that, before it was as popular as it is now, and I would see people, the reporters on the news, have that strip of like light concealer or something like down their nostril, like their nasal passage, and I'm like, what is that? Like, and I saw everybody starting to do it. And I'm like, okay, let me look this up. Let me look into this. What's going on here? And as I got into it, I was like, oh, it's magic for your face. For those big nosed people. Now, I had an accident. That was back in like 2009. And I got injured pretty badly. I got a skull fracture that left me with this portion of all of this area. You can see the scar here. Let me turn that down. You can see the scar right there, but it also came down my nose bridge. So this part is like somewhat flattened right here. My nose bridge used to be like sharp, okay? And now it's flat right there. And so that gave me, and that was an extra source of discomfort and dissatisfaction for me. But that would not lead me to do that big strip of concealer down my nasal bridge just to say fake a sharp bridge, because you're gonna look stupid, and that's not the goal. The goal is not to look stupid. The goal is to play up your natural features. And so I just do a little highlighter or something right at the little tip of my nose right there. I don't go all up into that. But some women, they don't seem to understand this. The eyebrows, like the eyebrows, that is a big comedy show a lot of the times, because females, either they have not learned that YouTube is your life right now. You can learn whatever it is that you want to know about makeup, anything. Go on the internet, Google it, YouTube it, whatever. Your eyebrows, these people have like the little, it's like an incense burner, an incense stick on their eyebrow, and then they've got all that stuff going on. You don't need all that. Men are gonna run, okay? This is not, even if you're not trying to attract a man, you maybe already have a husband or whatever. You're just trying to look more beautiful. You're trying to look more feminine, more goddess-like, more ladylike. So why would you need this Morticia Adams look? Black liner, black this, black that. Like, no. Ease up. Always remember now, lighten these colors up. Always use a brown to dark brown liner, things like that are gonna come off more natural looking. You know, we don't have thick jet black eyebrows, and like most of us don't, unless you're like that guy from Ripley's Believe It or Not from Mexico, the hairy guy. However, I saw a video the other day, and it was someone I know, and it was the saddest thing ever. Their eyebrows were horrid, okay? And I had to say, well, okay, let me just send you, I do videos and stuff like that. Let me just send you a link to one person I follow on YouTube. And this was not, I had to make it subtle. I couldn't just tell them, oh my gosh, your eyebrows look like shit. I had to just subtly lead them to this thing, this whole world of evolved makeup application, okay? And being a makeup artist myself, some of these rules, you know, you can make and break the rules at your will, you know, but it's just about, you have to know the basics, you have to know the fundamentals before you can start like tweaking stuff. You can't just tweak and you're just a beginner, okay? So the makeup is a big deal. You want that to be classic. You want that to look soft and light. And the essence of it is for it to look like you don't have on makeup at all. You know, that's what I love about it. You can make it. It can make you or it can break you. The next tip on this list, whoever's watching me, hi, you know, thank you for joining me, and I hope you're enjoying so far. Where we're at number 4, I believe. Yes, that's number 4. So the next tip on this list is setting standards for yourself. Standards, this is a big deal, because it doesn't matter if you look like Queen Elizabeth, if you look like Michelle Obama. It does not matter. If you're gonna hang around with a bunch of people who are less than what you want to be associated with, you know what I mean? Like, you want to hang around people who are worth your time and your energy. You want to hang around people who light your fire, who make you feel happy, who make you feel alive and positive, and who are your, you know, kind of like part of your spirit tribe sometimes. This goes a long way in making you look and feel more ladylike or more like feminine. You know, if you hang around a bunch of butches, you're gonna start acting like them. You're gonna start grabbing your crotch and doing all this stuff, and like, you know, you can't hang around that. You have to hang around people who are embodiments of what you would like to see yourself become. That's what you need to be around. You need to be around. Give your time to people who like find your fire. Give your time to these people who nurture who you are, who can remind you of who you are. They say, oh, well, you know, I notice I always see you in jeans. Like, you know, you don't like to wear dresses or like whatever, or I like to see a woman in a dress or whatever. You say, oh, you know, thought-invoking people who make you want to be better and like do better, look better, feel better, do better, okay? That's a big one. That's a big one, because it doesn't matter how good you dress and stuff like that. If you're hanging around a bunch of losers, you're hanging around a bunch of people who are nothing like you, they're not going to appreciate all that work you put into that. They're not. So don't do yourself the favor and go around those people who are like-minded individuals. Next up on the list is your language. This wagging rag in your mouth, your tongue, okay? This is a definite big one. All of these things on this list are biggies, if you ask me. That's why I put them here. However, the language now, this is a big area because we have freedom of speech. We can say whatever the hell we want, you know, whenever we want. But like I said, cause and effect. Can you handle the effect that is going to come of your choice, your bad potty mouth choice? You have to remember to clean up this language, because you don't want to go dress and act like a lady, but then your mouth, you sound like Jack Sparrow. You know what I mean? You have to clean up that language. You have to find new words to start using. Broaden your vocabulary. Read some more, and this is going to help you with your speech. You want to be able to communicate effectively. Okay? And I did a video recently on this new study that says that people who cuss usually are more intelligent, right? That was like, woo, applause. Because sometimes I can be a bit of a potty mouth myself, but in the right setting, in the right context. You can't just go out there cussing like a sailor and expect people to respect you, you know? You have to be able to control that. You have to be able to get your point across effectively without having to like blast the person to death, you know? It's important. Speaking kinder words, speaking more lovingly, speaking things more positive, like you're hopeful about things happening in a more positive manner, being optimistic about life. This is very important, and it goes a long, long, long way in the way people see you, you know? Sometimes there's this woman I know. She was a PE teacher of mine, and I'm not going to call her name, but anybody who knows me, who watches this video, will definitely know who I mean. This woman is anything but feminine, okay? And just as she was 20 years ago, it's just as she is now. And she is the furthest thing from feminine that you will ever see, okay? That is, when I see that, I cringe, because it's like, ugh, I better start putting on a dress, okay? I don't want to teeter-totter into that world, okay? It is very, very easy to get into and hard to get out. Remember, clean up your language, because the language is, your thoughts definitely are going to affect your language. So think better thoughts. Think happier thoughts. Do things that you love doing that are going to make you feel better, and that will translate into better speech with other people. Learning to listen, that goes a long way as well, because women, we like to do all this. We don't stop, you know, and that's a turn off. That is like, you know, you're just trying to vent on somebody, or you're just trying to, what is your real intention here? You know, just talking, you're not listening. Do you want to get to know me, or are you just going to force this down my throat? You know what I mean? So learn to communicate effectively. That goes a long way in your adapting back to your goddess energy, to that feminine essence of yours. Next up, another biggie, exercise. Exercise. This is so important. This is so important. Exercise. This should have been number 2, actually, 1 or 2, because in order for you to look good, in order for you to feel good, in order for you to be good, like more healthy, more alive, more alert, more energetic, you need to exercise. You need to feed your body proper nutrition. You need to work out. You need to build up a sweat from time to time. You know, you can't just be that person who walks from the parking lot to say the car, walks from the work door to the car. Like, you know, I mean, what did I just say? You can't be that person who drives, I'm trying to say, from your work door to the parking lot. Like, people would do that, and I've seen this happen on my job before. People ask for a ride, literally ask for a ride to their car. Now that's complete bullshit right there, because what are you doing what does that say about you? What does that say about your mentality? What does this say about your attitude towards physical fitness and caring and loving for yourself? You know, staying in control of your body shape, this is definitely determined by exercise, by proper nutrition. You know, you're not going to be able to be comfortably fitting into clothing if you don't work out, if you eat KFC every day for lunch, if you, you know, you just drink sodas and stuff. Your face is going to be full of pimples. You know, you're going to be tired, you're going to be moody, you're going to be stressed out. You don't have to kill yourself. You don't have to turn into some Jillian Michaels. You don't have to do that. But at the same time, it's a balance. Everything in life is a balance. You have to remember that the exercise and the proper nutrition is going to help you to reach your ideal body weight. It's going to help you to look better. If you starve yourself, when you notice when you go on a crash diet or something like that, and maybe you drop 20 pounds, but it's a lot of water weight that you dropped, and you feel like, oh wow, I lost 20 pounds, right? And people look at you and people are like, you need to put something back on there. You need to eat a sandwich. You need 5 more pounds or something. And you say, they just hating on me. No, they're not hating. They can see you look gaunt. You look like sucked. You look emaciated. You look hungry. Okay? And this is why they're saying that, because you haven't done it in a natural, most effective and efficient way. You tried to rush to drop that 20 pounds through starvation and probably eating like cabbage or something, and it's not natural. So doing it the natural way, taking that time, having patience to actually focus on your body, this is what's going to make it look more natural. This is going to bring you to your natural looking self. Okay, if you have curves, whatever your figure is, this is going to help you to just adapt to that. Okay, you may need to drop a few pounds here or there. You know, you can't spot reduce that well. You know, you have to lose weight overall in order for your figure, your natural silhouette to show. Okay, so that's important. That's very important. Staying healthy, staying active, it's very important. You don't want to look like an 80-year-old at maybe 30, okay? You want to stay up. You want to keep your metabolism up. You want to be ready to tackle whatever this world brings along. You know, we have a lot of things that come at us from day to day. The next tip is, oh, well, I said that already, but this is actually a different portion of that same tip about communication, about cleaning up your language and speaking. But this one is more, is now about intelligence. This one is now about acting smarter than you are. You don't need to do that, okay? That's just gonna make you look like a fool in the end. You want to actually just still, like I said, this is why I said read books, go to seminars, you know, socialize with a different crew of people that are gonna invoke something in your mind. It's going to make you actually start now to be able to speak from a more knowledgeable standpoint about certain things. You don't have to know everything. You don't have to play like you know everything. This whole fake it until you make it thing is, I don't like that term very much, because sometimes it's not faking anything. Sometimes you're just crawling before you walk, but you're crawling with that vision in mind of where you're going to be walking when you start walking, you see? So listen more than you speak a lot of the times, and this is how you learn, and this is how, when it's time for you to speak, you will have more knowledge or more wisdom of what you're speaking of. The next tip is being more flirtatious. This is very important too, because, you know, I don't believe in chasing men. However, you still have to put that out there. You still have to be approachable. You have to be easy to approach. You're not easy. In no way am I saying you're easy, but I'm saying you don't have to act like a bitch all the time. You don't have to act like, oh, I'm too good to speak to men who, you know, I am not attracted to. No, I don't speak to these people. Who are those lower commoners? No, you don't have to act like that, okay? But you still have to be a little playful. You still have to have fun. You still have to make jokes. Have a sense of humor, for God's sake. This is what is going to make people attracted to you, all right? You still have to know there's a balance. As with everything in life, there's a balance. You don't want to be overly playful or flirtatious to make a man think that you're coming on to him. Sometimes This is something I get bothered by a lot. Like, I just am naturally friendly with people. I love social settings. I love interacting with different people in social settings, all of that. However, when I do that, people kind of feel like, oh, she's really friendly. She must like me. When in fact, my mind is like my mind is like light years away from looking at them, okay? My mind is so far away from that, but then just as you smile with the person, they're like, oh, okay, she smiled at me, like, all right, it's on now. I know a guy, he works in a setting where it's like predominantly females. There are like, I would give a just rough estimate, I would say it's about 80 to 85% females in that place. And this is a place that is pretty professional. It's pretty corporate. It's pretty, stiff. But the females are always like totally ladylike, totally on fleek all the time, wearing red bottom heels and stuff to work. But when this guy sees them, he's nowhere like on their like mental checklist of guys. Like, he's far down that list. But when they see him, because they know him and because he's, been working around there for such a long time, he's like, okay, hey, how you doing? Or whatever, good to see you or whatever. And the lady may be like, oh, hi, she's smiling, she's blinking, she's like showing a full mouth of teeth. This guy literally would be obsessed for the rest of that week with this person. When she in no way flirted with him. He was doing the little cutting up and stuff like that, but she was just being friendly and acting like a lady. And here this guy now becomes obsessed. He's got this fascination with her now for at least the next 4 or 5 days, until somebody else comes along who, like, he thinks flirt with him too, but they didn't. But this is just, you just have to keep it in balance. You have to keep a checklist of these things, and like I said, guys love when a woman has a sense of humor. Guys love when they can crack a joke and you laugh. Like, you ever go someplace and these women, you ask them a question, like a bank teller, or let's say, yeah, someone in like a really professional atmosphere, and you're trying to crack a joke. You're like, oh, well, gee, it's a good thing I went to the grocery store before I came here, because no one would have eaten today. Or something like that, just a joke. Make light of a situation that some may not see as so pleasant. And she's like writing up your receipt. She's like, mm-hmm. And that time I'm cracking up, like, and she's like, mm-hmm. Sign right here, please. Like, oh, I hate that shit. Have a sense of humor, okay? This is what causes guys to go out and cheat. This is what causes guys, and they say, oh, will he cheat with that? She don't look nothing good as me. She looks so bad, like blah, blah, blah. You should see who he cheated with. No, but this woman has a sense of humor that he's cheated with. This woman has actually a personality that he's cheated with. This woman actually looks like a woman that he's cheated with, okay? She may not be your cup of tea in your eyes because you're jealous as the victim, but at the same time, in this guy's eyes and in other guys' eyes, this woman is a woman. This woman is, we know men, a lot of times we think they just want one thing from us, which is really a lot of the times what they want. But when you come with more than that to just offer, that's where it becomes mind-blowing. That's where it becomes magical, okay? And that's where you see a guy's true intentions a lot of the times. The next thing up on this list is hygiene. Hygiene is very important, ladies. It's very important, ladies. It's very important, ladies. Okay? When you get up in the morning, the first thing you do, like just thinking about everybody's or most people's typical routine, is to, like, you get up, you wash your face. I'm not talking about prayer and all that other stuff, all the other practices we do upon awakening. I'm talking about hygienic practice. You brush your teeth, you wash your face. You might do a scrub or a cleanse or something, or, exfoliation. You mouthwash, you clean your ears, you do all that kind of stuff. Flossing, all these things, they are very important, okay? Dental hygiene is a big one. Of course, as females, we have other personal hygiene like needs that we have to pay attention to, because nobody wants to have to tell you that, hey, I kind of smell something. Like, no. That's the last thing on earth you would ever want anybody to have to tell you. So as a female, as a grown woman, as a lady, you want to make sure that you always smell good. You want to make sure that there aren't like crusty things. There was this female where I used to live. This is about 2 years ago. Now, I don't know if this was part of her tactic to like get money from me or something, or like borrow stuff or like bag stuff from my husband or whatever. I don't know. But whenever she came by me, which was almost daily, she would come with all of this, all crusty, all around her mouth, all crusty, like dry, like she hasn't eaten for 2 days. Like she has walked the entire like Caribbean with no food or water, okay? And she's like, oh, well, hey, I just need to check on my people, just making sure y'all okay, Bitch, you okay? Looking like that? You actually set foot out your door like that? And this is a complex. This is an apartment complex where, there are tons of people around, okay? There are workmen, there are people like that, like people all over the place. And you step foot outside looking like that? Looking like you, like off the movie La Amistad? Like, must have free. Ladies, don't do that, okay? This is really important. So grooming, and this is what you want to teach your daughters. This is what my daughter is at an age, she's like 9 now. And so this is a very transitional age for her to start really paying attention to her body, really pay attention to hygiene, really pay attention to these things, and to get these practices ingrained in her so that she wakes up without anybody having to even tell her, hey, go brush your teeth, hey, go do this, go do that. It's very important. And as mothers, as females, as big sisters, as mothers, as aunts and grandmothers, and all of this, is very important, the example that we set for the younger generation. Because who are they going to learn it from? We don't want them learning it from TV. We know these stuff to teach them. We are the ones who are put here to guide and teach them. So why let the TV show them what to do? That's the last thing you want teaching them. How to live and how to become a lady. TV has made ladies tramps in the last decade or two. TV has dumbed women down and turned us into like whores on TV. Like we're just loudmouth, bitter bitches on TV who can dress good, like who has expensive clothing. Like it's ridiculous, okay? That the foul things that come out of these ladies' mouths is far from ladylike. And I want to make sure I stress this, because this is not written down in my list, but this is something that I just thought about. You have daughters. This is what you want to teach your daughters. These same principles, these same tips. They may not be able to wear makeup and jewelry yet, a little, but you want to make sure the basic fundamentals are in place. All right? Next on the list is surrounding yourself with beauty. Okay? Like attracts like. The more things you see that you appreciate for its beauty, for its pleasantness to the eyes to look at and say, oh wow, those invokes that feeling within yourself. Okay? Keep things like fresh cut flowers and things like that around your home or around your office. Nice bold colors like pinks and reds, roses and yellows and things like that. Keep things like wonderful pictures, artwork, figures like figurines, nice things like crystals, things like that. You want to keep around you, because not only do they emit that energy, and that's something that I'm starting to believe more and more. It is not just for what the eyes are beholding, it is the energy that these things are emitting. Roses are one of the oldest known flowers, most revered, most sought after in the world, and it's not just for its beauty. It's because of its vibration, its energy that it's giving off, its aura, okay? And roses are magical plants, but they're also just revered for its wonderful beauty. There's so many varieties. They're like over, I think, when I was starting to write down some information, there are like, I think, a few thousand different varieties of roses, like wild roses, roses that have been hybridized, like different types of roses. This goes for any type of other flower. It doesn't have to just be roses you keep around you. If you're not a flower person, like I said, do art, hang, some people like tapestry and things like that. Things that invoke that beauty awareness in you, okay? Music is another one of those things. Music, better music choices. This is going to help you tap into that wonderful female goddess energy as well. You know, you can't listen to all the hardcore, like, there's a time and a place for everything. So every day, all day, you don't want to be listening to Pac or what's his name? Future. You want to listen to things that are soft, melodious sounds. Things like an orchestra. Things like classical music. Sometimes, of course, spiritual music that that is very calming to the soul. Leaves you feeling more tranquil, more soothing music, okay? Listen to things that kind of make you feel a certain way, that put you back into a time when you can remember was a happy time. Do things like that. Listen, I just found a song last night. I just have to put this in here because this song I was looking for ever, okay? For like the last, I would say probably year and a half or two. And it used to be on a commercial, and the commercial was in Spanish. It was a Ser commercial. I think Ser is some Spanish yogurt or something like that, but they put this song in the commercial. The song is by M83. It's called Midnight City. And as I was just listening to this new Coldplay song last night, I was like, what's this? Click. And it's such a good thing I did not ignore that urge, because when I found that song invoked, I was so shocked. I was like, oh my God, I found this song! But I was searching for that song for the longest time, and the commercial ended just as the song was about to say its first words was when the commercial ended. So I couldn't even like use a word or two to say search for, like perhaps this is what they're saying or whatever. I could not remember anything. So needless to say, that song invokes a lot of great feelings in me. That song is called Midnight City. It's like, waiting for a car. I'm gonna put that in this video. I'm gonna put that as this video begins, and I'm gonna put it at the end, so you can see for yourself what I'm talking about, okay? And let me know what you think. I'm talking really long because usually my videos are about maybe 15, 20 minutes long, but I'm live, so I'm waiting to see if anybody else is gonna join in, but whatever, just watch the video, I don't care. I just do what I do. Next on the list, smiling, 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 smiling. Somebody just asked me the other day, this is a guy by the way, I was like, good morning. And when I greet people, I love to smile. I don't just an automated greeting like good morning. I smile anytime I greet somebody. If I'm leaving, if I'm just meeting them for the first time, whatever, I smile. And so I said good morning, and this guy was like doing something, fixing inside the hood of his truck, and he turns around, he's like, you're always happy, aren't you? Like, and I had to laugh. I said, definitely not, sir. Definitely not. But I try to be. And he's like, there you go. Like, that's good. Like, smiling is so important. People really, really underestimate the importance of this, okay? Especially where I live. People think that, oh, you laugh at everything? No, I didn't laugh. That was a smile. That was a gesture of love, okay? and I feel like the more intelligent you become, the more things that you study and open up your mind and heart to, the more you're going to feel like smiling, the more the world and life feels magical to you, the more, people, the energy that you give off, you're going to receive that back. So smile more, people. Smile. And you don't even have to be angry. Happy to smile, A person who always has the screw face, this leather face on, they would realize that they're blocking the things that they want and need most just by their facial expression. Smile more. Keeps you looking younger, keeps you looking more beautiful, and it's going to help you to see other people smiling more at you. And if you feel like the world is a cold, bitter place, just smile more and you'll see that it's not. You'll start attracting more and more beautiful souls. I'm telling you, take it from me. Experiment with this and see what happens. You don't have to go around being a comedian. Just smile sometimes a little more. There was a study that I just read. There was something that I just read. I think it was yesterday I just read this. That said, by you smiling, even if you're not in a good mood, by you smiling, that simple act of you smiling, it's actually activating some parts of your brain that are going to make you have a better mood. They're going to start secreting more hormones or endorphins, happy feeling hormones, happy feeling chemicals, that are going to help to elevate your mood. They're going to put you actually in a better mood. So sometimes when I see my kid or see my daughter, she's like, she's mad because she wanted to use something of mine or something. I'm like, no. She's like, I said, oh my gosh, fix that beautiful face, fix that face. And you see it's still like, so I'd go there and be like, smile. And she'd be like, Then all of a sudden she just burst into a laugh because it worked. Your mind is a terrible thing to waste, and using this is going to mean the difference between having a better life or suffering, okay? Or being treated like a man. 12. Wearing sexy underwear. This is a big one too, okay? Because now, here it is. This is something that my grandma taught me from a young age as well, She said, okay, you don't want to go out in tattered and torn underclothes. What if something happens? Even in the night at home when you're asleep, she was like, oh, you're not wearing that raggy looking underwear. And I said, why? I'm home. She said, no, hell no. Take that off, throw that in the garbage, put on something sensible, because if fire catch in this house tonight and the ambulance and the fire truck have to come and drag us out of here, they ain't dragging me out in no holy panties, okay? No word of lie. I'm telling you, this is what my grandma taught me, okay? This is what she taught me. So this is a big belief of mine, that as a female, you need to remember that. That helps you with the underlying energy that you're walking around with. Nobody else has to know what you're wearing underneath. You know that. But that secret alone has you feeling mighty powerful as a woman. You feel like, you can get anybody now. And it's not like you're planning on showing them what you have on underneath there, but it's just about the energy. It's about the attitude that you're harnessing now. You feel sexy from inside, feel sexy from underneath all of this extra stuff. You know that when you go home, that feeling is going to carry with you all day long. Okay, that when you go home and you take off your work clothes or whatever and you look at that, you still feel sexy, like, damn, hey, wow. Surprise yourself, knock yourself out, okay? This is very important, subliminally, this is what the message is supposed to send a subliminal message to your subconscious mind to feel more attractive, more feminine, more beautiful, okay? I'm coming to the end very soon. Here is, I think, the last tip, and that is stop hating on other women. This one I could just end right there. I don't even have to say anything else, do I? But I'm going to say something else, because we know as females, like I said, like attracts like. That which you focus on is what you get more of. So if you're looking at other women with hateful eyes, with malice in your heart, and you're like, oh, who does she think she is? You feel like, she's not supposed to try to look better than you. If she looks better than you, oh, she thinks she's someone special, this or that or the next thing. Stop being stupid. This is absolute garbage, okay? Because first of all, not only are other people gonna look at you like you're the gossip mongerer, you're the hater of the office or whatever environment surroundings you're in, people are gonna look at you like this negative Nancy. They're gonna say, oh, I can't worry about this person because all they can see is to talk about somebody in a bad way, or gossip about people, or spread lies and rumors about people. The thing about that is, that does that as well, but it also is gonna make people actually start talking about you. Because like I said, it attracts unto itself. So whatever energy that you're giving off, that energy is being returned right back to you, sister. All right, so please, let's stop doing that to one another. This thing is not a competition. Remember that. All of us, there are billions of women in this world, okay? Billions of, I wouldn't talk about beautiful women. There are probably billions. All of us are beautiful, but I'm talking about society standards of beauty, what beautiful really is. There are millions of us out there who look better than each other. Like, you don't see anybody competing though. This is not a beauty pageant, okay? This is not a competition. So you be yourself and you be your best self. You just put your best foot forward wherever you go. And you will notice that those who are like you will be drawn to you. Those who aren't will not. They will move away from you, okay? And once you don't give off that energy of being a bitch, a snob, a goody two-shoe, people aren't gonna do that with you. I've seen people who everybody thought they were the most stuck up people in the world. Like, oh, I can't stand her. Like, she thinks she's this. Oh, because she gets straight A's, well, she thinks she's better than me now. Or whatever, because she has bright skin, or whatever it is, When in fact, me and these people had perfect relationships. Me and these people, I never had a complaint about these people. These are the same people that the other person just threw them under the bus like they were the worst human being on earth, okay? And I never had an issue with them. Why? Because of the energy that I'm giving off. Because I am not being hateful and envious and watching everything they do with hateful eyes. And, that is crazy. We don't have time for that. In a world of this many people now, with all of the things we are able to share and do together, why have time for that garbage? As a lady, we're not doing that anymore. And if you are on that quest to become more ladylike and to exude your goddess energy, these are the things that you need to pay attention to. And like I said, that last tip, not do at all. All right. So with that, I'm going to end this here. And for anybody who is watching, thank you. Like I said, this journey is an exciting one. Every day we have serendipitous events. We have things that I encounter that I like to share on my channel, and I just do that. I don't need 6 or 8 channels to separate categories. This is my channel, as above, so below, and this is just as it is in the universe. And that's why I bring all of these things and I compile them together on my channel, different playlists for different things, different times, different feelings, different moods, okay? For different people. So to my subscribers, my new and old, thank you very much. Blessed be. I'm gonna deliver more and more videos as time goes on. This monetization thing, I need 1,000 subscriptions, okay? So let's just jump on board. If you haven't subscribed already to my channel, just hit subscribe, that little red button right down there with the bell. It's a 2-step process. You have to hit the bell at the side of that button. That bell is the notifying bell. That bell is gonna notify you whenever I go live again or I upload another video with some great content. Okay, so thanks for watching. Until next time, peace and love, guys. Blessed be. Namaste. I'll be back. Bye. All right, stop it.